Hey guys, Keith here from KegLand, and wow, am I excited to introduce this new product. This is our Benchy Carbon. Now, it looks very similar to the other Benchy units we've already released. We've got a Benchy Sparkling for carbonated water dispensing and carbonating. Then we've also got a Benchy Glycol, which is a higher capacity benchtop chiller, which takes glycol liquid to chill down beer. This particular unit is our Benchy Carbon, and the internals of it are really quite different to the other two units you may have already seen. This is a world's first in a couple of respects. Firstly, it has our carbon heatsink. So the carbon heatsink technology is why we call this a Benchy Carbon. And because of the solid heatsink, it means that we've got no liquids in this unit. So unlike the Benchy Glycol, or other glycol chillers for that matter, we don't have to fill this up with liquid, meaning that there's nothing to spill out. So for portability, it's fantastic. I don't need to worry about, some glycol leaking all over the boot of my car or each time I transport it. Don't have to pull a plug out and drain the glycol out every time I want to move it. So that's really handy. The other thing is the glycol heatsink is very compact, making this whole unit really compact. This has a footprint of about 20 by 40 centimeters, making it one of the most compact beverage dispensers, which are electrically driven, ever manufactured. The other thing which is really exciting about this is it's the first keg dispenser we've ever made and that I've ever heard of in the world, which is 12 volt, 24 volt DC compatible. That means you can run it off any car cigarette lighter socket or a truck engine, which runs generally on higher 24 volts. You can literally power it off a battery sitting in a paddock or going out camping on your four-wheel driving off-grid system. You can whack a deep cycle battery there on a solar panel and you can run off this thing for days quite happily. It's super power efficient, and I've even ran this thing on an 18 volt drill battery. So you can stick it into, I've got an AEG drill, plug it in that and start pouring beers. It makes, the whole experience of beverage dispensing and keg dispensing in remote locations possible. So let's get stuck into it and let me show you how this thing works. Now, if you're wanting to dispense kegs in the great outdoors, I know a lot of you guys are already building your own keg fridges out in the bush using these 12 volt car fridge freezers. Now, certainly I can just open this up, put a few kegs in there and put some taps out the front. And we've got all the gear to do that, of course. But the issue with using this type of setup is I have to pretty much run the fridge 24/7 and keep those kegs cold because it takes a while to cool them down. So that will chew a lot of base load power. If I'm using the Benchy Carbon, on the other hand, I can just plug it in minutes before I want to use it and then turn it on only for that particular drinking session I've got at the end of a hard day camping. So to set it up, it's a piece of cake. All you do is hook up your battery. In this case, I'm using a 12 volt deep cycle, which I've got connected here. Then hook up your regulator and gas supply to the keg. I'm using this SodaStream bottle plus the Core 360 because that's my favorite compact portable solution. Then hook up the beer line to the unit, set the temperature on the back, and away you go. You literally will be pouring beers in less than 15 minutes. Well, that is pretty much it for today, guys. If you have any friends or anyone who needs a portable keg system which they can take camping or out bush or four-wheel driving or tailgating, definitely share this video with them and I'm sure they would love to see it. If you want to hear about all the other cool new stuff that we're bringing out, hit subscribe now, bottom right hand corner, hit the button subscribe and you'll hear about all the cool new stuff that we've got coming out. The other thing you can do is join our Facebook Homebrew community group. Just go onto Facebook, find the group, hit subscribe and we'll let you into the group. There's now heaps of members, literally I think over 15,000 members and growing, of people like yourself sharing tips and tricks on how to get the most out of all the gear that we sell. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try this sour ale that we've got on tap here, and it's literally getting powered by this 12 volt drill battery that I've got sitting on the bench. Anyway, cheers fellas, and we'll see you next time. Bye. It's great to get out of the office at our favourite shooting location, having a bit of a play foot around, and hanging out with me old mate. Isn't that right, Anne? She always loved a stiff drink.